So basically, the harlot came for Endiku. Endiku fell for it, right? He in his nature, he gonna fell for it. Said he was a wreck for 6 days and 7 nights. I mean, which man don't want to be like that? You got, I mean, there are no rules. You do what you want. You're out in the open. You're wild, and nobody can beat you. You do what you want, bruh. Nobody not gonna fight you. And she's already the harlot, so she broke him. So she's encouraged him to come back to Uruk so that he can meet Gilgamesh, and come back to the city so that we could show you what we do over here. And then as she's explaining like how Gilgamesh is, she even explaining to Endiku that, he even had dreams about you. And so it goes into this other part of like a flashback to where Gilgamesh is complaining to his mother like, yo, I had a dream and it's scary as hell because there was a rock. It fell from the sky. This rock came out of nowhere, fell from the sky. And I tried to move it. It wouldn't budge. As strong as I am, it would not move no matter what I did. He said, right? So in his dream, he's saying that, this is what he did, right? And he's talking about this rock that he just can't move, right? And he said that the people of Uruk surrounded it and was kissing his feet and basically was praising it for what, for what it is, because they praise Gilgamesh for what he can do, and they're praising this creature in the same way, right? And it says rock, but I guess rock is a symbolism for whatever he saw at the time. It could have been a rock, and it could have been the embodiment of a person, somebody of equal. And it says, like a wife, I loved it, caressed it, and embraced it. And then the mother speaks back to him and then confirms it. It says, like a wife, you'll love him, caress, and embrace him. Before, Gilgamesh didn't know what it was. He said, like a wife, I loved it, caressed it, and embraced it. It's a rock. Innocent. But then it says, like a wife, when the mother responds to me, it says, like a wife, you'll love him, caress, and embrace him. He will be mighty and often will save you. Crazy. So in other words, right, if we could just look back at the complaint that the mothers of the brides had, right? Because they were just like, yo, you need to govern this, because right now they were speaking to Anu. They were saying, yo, you need to govern this guy because he's not making our young men rest. They're fighting all the time. And also he's taking away the brides of he's taking them away and keeping them. So more than likely, he have them all locked up in the house, and he got one for every night or whatever, and he's having sex with them. He's fucking each and every last one of them, and whatever he want them to do, they're gonna do it. You don't got no choice. You got nobody else to run to. You don't got no choice. A big ass creature like that, you ain't got no choice. You don't have a choice. Neither as a man nor a woman, you ain't got no choice. Cause you go out there and then your ass get stumped by a wild lion or something. Who's gonna save you? Gilgamesh is gonna come and take care of that. He's a big guy. I'm pretty sure he can handle anything that comes his way, or most things that comes his way. Right? So you're not trying to defile what he says. You just gotta go with it. But they realize it's a problem. So they go to Anu, because apparently there's somebody bigger and better than he is that they can complain to. So Anu is one of those superior gods. Because remember, he's only 2 parts God and 1 part human. Remember, they complained to Anu, but whatever, man. Chuck, can't find it right to know that. But right, so man, I read far. Good grief. So they're just like, yo, come deal with this guy. So now they fashioned to create this other creature named Indiku, right? Someone of equal to him. And apparently, when they created him to be his equal. But it seems like they made him into where he would be a lover to Gilgamesh. Because they want to take away, they want to distract him from the I'm assuming that they want to distract him from the woman of the town because he's causing terror and not letting them live. Right? He's not letting them live. Who's causing the harlots? Probably him. Probably him creating these harlots. It's probably him. So and I would completely understand that. But it's crazy, yo. It's crazy. So they create another version. They create something similar for the guy to toy with, basically. I mean, this is crazy. This is madness. So it says now, I mean, who would know? Who would know? It says now, having had a second dream, he rose and entered before the goddess, his mother. Said Gilgamesh to his mother, once more, O mother, have I had a dream. In a street of Uruk, the town square, an axe was laying in a crowd gathered round. The land of Uruk was standing around it. The country was gathered around it. A crowd was milling about before it. The menfolk were thronging around it. I lifted it up and set it down at your feet. Like a wife, I loved it, caressed it, and embraced it. And you, O mother, made it my equal. The mother of Gilgamesh was clever and wise, well versed in everything. She said to her son, Wild Cow, Nin's son was clever and wise, well versed in everything. She said to Gilgamesh, my son, the axe you saw is a friend. Like a wife, you love him, caress and embrace him. And I, Nin's son, I shall make him your equal. A mighty comrade will come to you and be his friend's savior. Mightiest in the land, strength he possesses. His strength is as mighty as a rock from the sky. Said Gilgamesh to his mother, may it befall me, O mother, by counselor Enlil's command. Let me acquire a friend to counsel me. A friend to counsel me I will acquire. So did Gilgamesh see his dreams. After Shamat told Indiku the dreams of Gilgamesh, the two of them together began making love. So at this time, Shamat was just only explaining to Indiku that, yo, he saw you in a dream and this is what you need to do. You need to come back to the city because this is what he's been waiting on. So he knows you're coming. He knows you're here. He knows you're coming. So this is what we need to do, right? And so, he's still with, so Shamat tells Indiku of the dream of Gilgamesh. And then, they started making love again. So however long that lasted, it doesn't really say. But interesting to tablet 1. And that is the end of tablet 1. I'm not sure how long this video is. Maybe I might break it up in 2 parts or even 3 parts because this thing needs to be properly said and done because this is a wicked story and I don't think you want to miss any details of this because he pours out. This tablet pours out. Like whoever this poet was, for whatever reason, this story was made. Who's to tell? Who's to tell that any of this is true. Who's to tell that any of this is true? We don't know for sure. But what it seems to me is that, there was somebody out there that created this story in a language unknown to people. We don't know what the Sumerians, we don't know. We just know the Sumerians were around at one time, and they wrote down, the way they did it on clay tablets, which is why they talk about clay all the time, but they wrote down on clay tablets with a stylus that made certain marks to indicate words of expression. Now, did they have words per se? Was it an alphabet? I don't think it was an alphabet. I think it was just a number system that can be turned into expressions based on whatever they was going after. I have no idea. But this is an amazing story that one person sat down and decoded this. And for all we know, we don't even really fully know how exactly this was constructed. But thus far, this is a really good tale, I'd love to do more research on like the time that this was created, because this story kind of puts it in a time where there's just nothing that we know of today. There's nothing that we know of today, right? This kind of pictures me just vegetation and a city that's 3 miles long and 3 miles wide. Square miles. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I don't know, man. This seems like something that's really, But anyways, that's the end of tablet 1. I will continue tablet 2 tomorrow.